Imagine a date where the conversation flows perfectly. You are laughing, the stories are engaging, and everything seems to be moving in the right direction. But underneath that surface-level energy, there is a subtle distance. Later, you drop her off, send a message, and hear nothing back. This is where many men lose momentum without realizing why. They operate under the assumption that attraction is a logical result of being funny or interesting. They focus exclusively on words, trying to impress her with what they say rather than how they make her feel. Real connection is rarely built on words alone. It is driven by emotional safety and nonverbal energy. To navigate this, we use a 5-step framework centered on reading a woman's physical signals and utilizing the quiet impact of intentional touch. This framework requires 2 foundations. First, you need basic conversational skills to keep the interaction grounded. Second, you must have the discipline to slow down the pace, moving away from the urge to rush toward a result. Most men are constantly trying to prove their worth or push the interaction forward. By mastering these nonverbal cues instead, you create a sense of ease that makes you stand out from her typical dating experiences. Step 1 is observing her baseline body language. Before you attempt any physical escalation, you have to understand how she is currently carrying herself in your presence. Look specifically at her shoulders, her hands, and the angle of her neck. If her shoulders are raised or her hands are clenched, she is still on guard. If her posture is loose and her neck is tilted comfortably, she is signaling that she feels relaxed in the environment. Once you establish that she is in a relaxed baseline, you move to step 2, initiating a brief, intentional, and non-sexual touch. This should be a natural extension of the moment. Perhaps a light tap on the shoulder during a shared laugh, or a slow, comfortable hug when you first meet. Avoid common mistakes that break the connection. Do not rush the motion. Do not seek validation, and do not introduce sexual pressure. The action must feel effortless. It should be a quiet gesture that fits the context of your conversation and the setting you are in. This initial touch serves as a test of her comfort level. By keeping the contact brief and non-threatening, you demonstrate that you are attentive to her boundaries. This attentiveness is what actually begins to establish a sense of safety. Step 3 is the feedback loop. Immediately after that first touch, you must observe her physical reaction and calibrate your behavior based on what she tells you without words. This diagram shows the 3 primary feedback loops her body will move into. Each one requires a different response from you. The first positive indicator is leaning in. If she shifts her weight toward you, she is comfortable with the increased proximity. The second indicator is a visible drop in physical tension. Her shoulders may lower or her breathing may slow, confirming she feels secure in your presence. The critical signal is pulling back. If she stiffens or creates distance, she is not ready for physical closeness. Your next move must be entirely dictated by these signals. If she pulls back, you must give her space immediately, without showing frustration or making it an issue. When you respect a pullback signal, you prove that her boundaries are safe with you. While most men ignore these subtle cues and continue to push, your willingness to stop actually builds the trust necessary for her to eventually relax and lean back in. Step 4 is anchoring the moment. This involves staying comfortable with the natural pauses in the interaction and resisting the urge to force the next step. Many men panic during silence. They assume that if they aren't constantly moving forward, they are losing her interest, so they rush into physical closeness or awkward conversation out of fear. Step 5 is active restraint. Even when the feedback is positive, you choose to lean back and create physical space while remaining present and attentive. Choosing not to escalate quickly signals that you have a high level of self-control. It shows that you are not being driven by an impulsive need for a specific result. This is the opposite of the desperate energy many men project. It communicates that you are comfortable with the pace of the connection and that you aren't chasing her. This combination of patience and restraint demonstrates a level of self-assurance that is rare to find. It suggests that you are confident in your own value, which is one of the most consistent drivers of long-term attraction. Following these 5 steps shifts the dynamic from a performance to a partnership. Instead of trying to win her over with clever lines, you are creating a space where she feels understood and respected. This progression shows how her perspective shifts. When she realizes her boundaries are respected, it builds trust. That trust allows her to feel a deep sense of comfort, which eventually matures into lasting attraction. This sense of ease stays with her long after the date ends. She will associate your presence with a rare feeling of emotional safety, making your connection far more memorable than a series of well-told jokes. To start applying this, focus on step 1 this week. Observe the physical baselines of people in your daily life to improve your ability to read when someone is tense versus when they are truly relaxed. Mastery in relationships comes from knowing how to make someone feel seen without saying a word. If you want to see more insights into the psychology of connection, like this video and subscribe